Super Arts and Street Fighter 6 are huge, flashy attacks with a whole lot of substance hidden behind their style. One of the biggest issues beginner and even intermediate players face is how they make use of their supers. Plenty of newer players will spend their bar the moment that they're able to, and more experienced players might make the mistake of holding onto their bar for so long that they miss out on opportunities to optimize their combos and secure earlier victories. This video will take a more in-depth look at meter management and the strategy behind super use in every phase of the game. The first thing we need to understand is that unlike the drive gauge, our super meter is actually carried between rounds. This already presents us with a problem. We have to consider multiple game states at once whenever we decide to spend our super meter. We can't simply spend a level 1 because it does more damage than a typical meterless combo ender. We have to consider every single consequence that this super could lead to for ourselves and for our opponent. Fortunately for you all, I'm here to make that thought process simpler with some basic suggestions. Of course, everything involving spending meter is entirely dependent on the context of whatever situation you're in, so don't take this guide as a list of hard set rules. I was originally planning on splitting this video into sections based on the level of the super, but after some thought I've decided to split it into rounds, since the timing of your super is arguably more important than its immediate impact. In the majority of cases, the highest level super you will ever need to spend in round 1 is a level 1, and you will likely be using it to either secure a kill or to guarantee burnout to lead to a kill. It's highly unlikely that there will be any reason to pop a level 2, since by the time you build 2 bars of meter, your opponent should be low enough for you to finish them off with just a straight hit. Finally, level 3 isn't even a factor here, since you won't ever be building it in the first round of a match. However, when we're deciding whether or not to spend level 1 in the first round, we really need to be certain that we're okay with falling behind in the meter game. If you spend level 1 and your opponent doesn't, even if you win the round, they'll have access to their level 3 before you in round 2, and you'll have a harder time winning the next round. If you spend early, you might win the round, but you'll start the next one behind on resources. Sometimes it's worth it, and sometimes it's not. So, while spending to secure the first round is typically a safe bet, I would suggest trying to go for a setup if your combo won't kill. It's up to you whether or not you'd rather spend a bar or commit to one more interaction. Round 2 is where the real super mind games begin. Before continuing, I want to remind everyone that level 1 supers take 0.5 bars of drive gauge, level 2 supers take 1 bar of drive gauge, level 3 supers take 1.5 bars of drive gauge, and critical art supers will take 2 full bars of drive gauge. This matters because every super you land makes burnout more likely, so it's not just about damage, it's about attacking their drive gauge. Because we have so much more meter to work with than in round 1, using your tools to threaten burnout is now particularly valuable, especially if you think that you can win the whole match off of it. This is where a lot of characters' level 2 supers come into play. While level 1 supers are typically safe to defend against drive impact while in burnout, and level 3 supers are meant to serve as high damage combo enders, level 2 supers will often serve a more specialized purpose. Characters like Juri, Blanca, and Guile all have level 2 supers that lead not only into massive attacks on your drive gauge, but can act as a win condition all on their own. Characters like Chun-Li, Zangief, and Mai might use their level 2 supers to gain the upper hand after a quick reaction in the neutral game. Characters like Ken, Ryu, and Luke will typically use their level 2 supers as high damage combo extenders. It really does depend on your character, but if you can spend a level 2 in the second round to either win the whole game or get yourself to the third round without spending all of your meter, that's a huge plus. When it comes to spending level 3 in round 2, you need to be careful. If you're up a round and routing into your level 3 will win you the match, by all means go for it. But if you're down a round and you want to full spend to get to the final round, you're putting yourself at a hefty disadvantage. Going into the final round, if the opponent has level 3 and you don't, the potential damage that they can dish out is far higher than yours. This is a situation you really don't want to find yourself in, so make sure you consider this if you decide to even the round count with your most expensive option. Ideally, you've now made it to round 3 without spending your level 3, and if that's the case, this is where you need to go ahead and spend it all. The best ways to do this are to end an early combo with a level 3 to put some major stress on their drive gauge, or to route into a max damage combo later in the round and secure your win outright. Of course, if your character is more dependent on their level 2 as a win condition, we can comfortably just use that here too, and follow up with a level 1 later to fully cash out. If you are close to burnout, try to use your level 3 to recover your drive gauge while attacking your opponents. But if this isn't an option, make sure to at least keep your level 1 handy to defend against an incoming DI. Ending a match with 1 bar of unspent super may just mean you had a backup plan, but ending a match with 3 bars of unspent meter means you likely gave up a lot of opportunities. Hopefully this video helped you figure out some of the more complicated aspects of the super meter. Here's a quick recap. Round 1, keep it simple. Don't blow your meter unless it'll win the round. Round 2, think about your character's strengths and whether spending will win you the game. Round 3, just let it rip. Don't end the match with meter left over. If you have any specific questions, feel free to ask in the comments below, since this is a really abstract and context-dependent concept. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next episode of Street Fighter Studies.